My name is Kyle. This is
Marisa Calloway.
And we're reporting to you live from Boulevard Brewery, the tasting hall. Is that what this is called?
The beer hall. And we are in the photo camper.
So we look photogenic, and that's why we're here in the camper.
Tell me, what was your meeting about today? What were you guys up to?
Really, our meeting today was to make sure that we're all on track. And the good news is we did know that the show is coming up, and we have put in some work so far, and things are going really well. What do you think?
Again, show February 1st. Be there. It's happening. Everything's ready to go. We have 11 choreographers showcasing their work here in the Kansas City region for the 17th annual Modern Night at the Folly.
I'd actually like to say that we have 11 choreographers that actually represent the region from Lawrence all the way to St. Louis. So it's really exciting to see that the show is actually representing makers from across the region and not just the Kansas City area. The 17th annual is the 17th year that we put on this show. It's a really big, important night for dance in Kansas City for us to showcase what our regional artists are up to and what kind of work that they're making, and then to share that with the broader community is so exciting. And I know for this year, this is our first year for both of us taking the reins, as it is. Our dear friend Crystal has been running the show for 10 years before this, and so we're learning as we go here, and it's really been a fun experience so far. I'll keep the mic for that one. Different this year. I don't know. Who cares about the previous years? We'll just talk about this year. But we've got pieces. We've got a lot of solos. We've got a cast of 22 in one piece.
Talk about how we changed the time limit constraints.
Yeah. So one thing that we did newly this year was we opened the application process up to works that were longer than 8 minutes. I wanted to make sure that artists were able to really showcase whatever it was that they were working on this year and not be so constrained to a time limit. And so we actually have one work that's close to 20 minutes, and then we have some shorter works that are close to 2. So you're going to see a nice wide variety. Again, some really big cast sizes, some really more intimate pieces as well, with several solos. We've got several choreographers showing for the first year, which I think is really exciting. And then we've definitely have some names that you'll recognize as well on the program. Yeah.
So you're choreographing this year.
I am. So, yeah. Oh, I can hold it. Yeah, it's kind of by default that my piece ended up in this show with the artistic director standpoint with working with the Folly. So it's like, oh, hey. My piece is happening. The last time I had a piece in Modern Night at the Folly was 2007. I was doing some resume work last night, and I was like, ooh, wow. So it's been a hot minute, which is kind of nice to revisit this project again, this performance that is so near and dear to my heart in the city.
What's it about?
Oh, so even better. My piece is a take on active shooter, active threat situations. It's a big deal that's happening to, unfortunately, the majority of the U.S., and in 2019, statistics were higher than ever. So it's entitled RHF, which is the acronym for Run, Hide, Fight. And it's a pretty deep piece, so I feel like everyone can kind of see from either any personal experience or just watching through the news or reading these statistics how this falls into our society and why we need to be made aware in the entire community of what is happening in this day and age. So it's a very big awareness piece, which is not usually how I choreograph. So it's something for me. But on a personal note, I've had an experience, and so this is a really nice cathartic way for me to kind of move through that happening, which was about 6 years ago. So, yeah, that's my piece. It's kind of deep.
I think that's really exciting. I think there's a lot of work being presented this year that can add to just some bigger conversations and some dialogue that we can all have. And I think allowing this time and this space once a year with this production down at the Folly for our regional makers to take part in that conversation is really important and really exciting. I think that, or I know that there will also be some work that will make you smile this year too. So it's not just going to be all heavy, but the heavy stuff is good. And if you want to talk to us more about those works and what they might mean, you can join us at the reception after the show.
Tell us how we get there. What's the need to know information?
You need to know a password, which I can't tell you on air, so you're just going to have to figure that out. Follow the clues. No, I'm just kidding. It's upstairs at the Folly in the room that has a name that's called something. Oh, shoot. The boardroom or something. Oh, at the show, not the party. How do you get to the show? Well, you buy a ticket. First of all, if you haven't done that yet, pull out another tab. I know you have a lot of tabs open already, but just open one more. Folly Theater. Find Modern Night at the Folly. Buy a ticket. Buy 2 tickets. Buy 4 tickets. You can buy it through the City of Motion website as well. We'd really like for you to buy those. As many as you want, really.
And do you get a price deal if you buy them in advance? You do. It's $10.
Oh, $10 discount.
Well, if you buy them at PlexPod at the school, you get that discount. Yes, at City of Motion School of Dance, you can get a $10 discount. So it waives all of your fees, and that money for your ticket goes directly to City of Motion, who is essentially producing and putting on this production for the 17th year in a row. And we thrive off of community donations and support from everyone like you. It's important stuff, especially for these choreographers who are getting their works put out on such a great historic stage in Kansas City.